There you go. See, it's attached to the bass drum. Now, once I have the pedal attached, now we're going to go back to dealing with the spurs. So we're trying to keep the drum from sliding. So what I do is I tip the bass drum toward me, keeping this flat. This is loose. I tighten this here like this. And then I tighten this leg like this, or this spur. Let's see if there's a little bit off the ground here, which is fine. So this time when I hit the drum won't slide forward because the spurs are grabbing it like that. And that's a good place to start. The double tom holder, which looks like this, gives you tremendous versatility so that you can attach your tom-toms to the bass drum and then set it so that you'll always be able to set your tom-toms in the exact same place every time. So first I want to show you how you attach this to the bass drum. You slide the rod into the clamp like this, or the mount that is, and there's this little thing here we call memory lock. And what it does is that with a tuning key you can adjust this thing. And the idea is that once you get the height right where you want it, and you'll have to experiment, you tighten this wing nut here, and then to really secure it, you tighten down the memory lock. So like next time you go to set up your drums, you just slide it down, it locks in place, tighten the wing nut, and you're set.
This is an Omni ball holder which comes equipped with any TAMA drum kit. It has a ball here which you could have complete adjustability, as you can see, any angle you like. Once you get it to where you like, you just fasten this. And once again, on this other side here, you could adjust this part of the tom if you would like to have it a lot higher than the other side. Or also, if you'd like, you could also put a cymbal in here. And also, these come with memory lock holders, mounts, which you like to fasten. But first, let's keep it loose, so once you get set, then you can tighten it from there.
Now I want to show you how to put the Starcast mounting system on the tom-toms. First you take one of these little clamps like this, and you stick it through this hole here, and this clamp here comes underneath the hoop, and this clamp comes on top of the hoop like this. So we'll start by putting one right about where the TAMA logo is on the shell. You put this underneath the bottom hoop, you put this on top of the hoop, and then you finger tight with these little black screws like this. Now the way you tighten these things down to its full tightness is that with the instructions that come with this, there's a little Allen wrench, and this does the final tightening like this. So let's take the rubber nuts off of the Starcast system here like this. And then position these things like this. Okay. Because I've just finger tightened them down, these things will slide and adjust so that I can get these to all line up like this. Okay. Okay, this one has a little bit too far, so I have to adjust that. There we go. Now they're all lined up. So now we've got this thing where I can make the final positioning. Once again, I want to stress the fact that even though this may be a little bit of work to get this system set up, once you get it set up, what you're creating is much, much more sustain and tone for the tom-tom. There's a huge difference between whether the mount is attached to the shell or whether it's attached to the Starcast system. When the mount is attached to the shell, it muffles the drum and cuts the sustain out of the tom-tom. So this is a huge improvement in tone on your drum because of this system. Now that you've put the Starcast system on the tom-tom, it's as simple as just dropping the tom-tom. You drop it down until it hits the memory clamp on the tom-tom holder, and you tighten like this. And there it is. If you want to change the tom-tom head, it's just a very quick unscrewing of these 3 rubber nuts, and you can leave the system on the double tom holder and don't have to deal with the Starcast system when you're changing heads. Just like that. Okay, I want to show you how to put the legs on the floor tom. It's pretty simple. Here we have some floor tom mounts here for the legs, and you just basically, for now, let's just stick them through the mount like that, and then with the wing nut, you tighten it down, and then you move to the next one. We're going to fine-tune this later when I start building the kit. I just want you to get the legs in properly like this. And you see, each leg has little marks. You can use that as a guide. Let's say for right now, I'm going to set the leg at that mark. So that way, the drum is fairly even. And then you set it up, and there it's basically flat. Like I said, we'll adjust it, fine-tune it when I put the kit together.